All right, guys, welcome to the AXCAST. This is the Wednesday, April 19th, 2023 edition of the AXCAST. And as you can tell by the sound of my voice, the Grizzlies won a playoff game tonight. We tie up the Lakers one game apiece. Wow, it's a huge sigh of relief. I was probably the most animated and nervous that I've ever been watching a Grizzlies game. But yeah, you guys take it away. What were y'all's thoughts?
I mean, it was full desperation mode. Um, it wasn't the cleanest game. I still think there's a lot of stuff that we got to get better at and clean up. But all things considered, no Ja, no Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark. I thought we came out and I mean, we were the more desperate team. We had more energy. I mean, Xavier Tillman just pouring his heart out on the court, diving for loose balls. Roddy was on the floor a couple times too, diving for loose balls. We just set the tone, and that's all you can ask for. We were probably out talented out there, but for the first 3.5 quarters, the Lakers did not look very interested in the game. Right after Dylan started chirping LeBron, that kind of woke LeBron up, and I felt like him and the rest of the Lakers started playing with more urgency and cut the lead from 20 down to like 6, I believe. But then we were able to get Bane and Jaren back in the game and, finish it out. So, but, tonight's not the night to nitpick the things that we need to get better on. It was just survive and advance no matter how it looks. And glad we got the dub because apparently the rest of America thought this was a sweep and the series was over. So I was glad to win by 10 points with a superstar point guard.
Yeah, I just thought it was such a great team effort, like all around. Like everybody contributed to that win. Shout out especially to Xavier Tillman, who Caleb did call, had an amazing game. Where would we, Brevin said, where would we be without Xavier Tillman? Where would we be without David Roddy, who stepped up huge? I know I have all the David Roddy stock. Who would have thought that
I
like
bought them.
drafted him, he's contributing this much in the playoffs. So like also, I don't know how many of us believed in Conchar. Had a very impressive performance during the
Not
minutes.
you guys. You guys didn't believe in Conchar.
Yeah,
Still
I'll
not
admit
their
I did not
offense.
You
believe in
guys were
Conchar.
slandering Conchar. Get that jit out of here,
So,
bro. How about that block on Anthony
I
Davis?
know, dude.
look, what did I say last AXCAST? I said he could come in and he could rebound and he could muck it up, and he did that. He still can't shoot, but hey, we needed that tonight, and I applaud him for it.
Definitely, and it's scary because I think Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane both kind of didn't play bad, but definitely didn't play up to their standards that they set for themselves. So, like moving forward, like it can only get better, I think. And as long as they bring the same effort that they brought tonight, I think that I'm pretty have a good outlook for the rest of the series. And also, I wanted to say that I thought that some of these calls by the refs tonight were just atrocious.
A terrible, terrible.
Yeah, we could
Game
look
one,
up
it was not
the
a factor
free
at
throw
all.
foul disparity, but like looking at individual calls was like really what made me mad because it's like I can think of like 3 or 4 different times when I was like losing my mind at like the foul call or lack thereof.
Like when game one, like I said, I didn't feel like the refs were a factor at all. I thought both sides it was called evenly, not a factor. But tonight, I mean, we could have been up way more than 20. They were solely in the game because of the free throw disparity. And then down the stretch, Anthony Davis falls down a couple times, gets a foul call, end of the shot clock, bailout foul calls, just helping keep the Lakers around. So, I mean, I didn't like to see that, but I was glad we were able to overcome it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. Like, I mean, Jaren, I wouldn't say Jaren played bad. Like, I'd say he had a solid game. He just kind of has the high standard for himself, with the amazing game one that he had. But still a solid game from Jaren, a little bit of a scare. Dude, like, Jaren just was terrifying me all night, falling down, walking like a deer on ice the entire night. Like, every time he went down, I thought Jaren was gonna have some sort of major injury, like got the wind knocked out of him, falling on David Roddy, stepped on Anthony Davis's ankle. Like, so was laying down on the ground like another time. Like, Jaren was scaring me the whole night. But anyways, solid night from Jaren. Held down the fort, I would say, defensively. But I am cashing in my take of Xavier Tillman because you guys are right. Where would we be without X? X gonna give it to you. We had what a game from Xavier Tillman. He couldn't miss. The only miss that he had in the first half was that last second half court heave at the buzzer, at the halftime buzzer. So I don't even think that really counts as a miss. And man, he was making all the right decisions. How about that, like on the fast break, up and under layup to avoid the Anthony Davis block that he got from Tyus? Like, man, that was a great game from X. Like the rebound, the offensive rebound, like there in the last minute and a half to give us that extra possession when the Lakers were trying, man. Like the LeBron inbound gets the inbound. You know, they were dialing it up. You know, he drew up his own play or whatever, and LeBron cuts the lead down to 6. My heart was pounding. I was the most nervous that I've ever been for a Grizzlies game because I was certain that this was going to lead to a Rui Hachimura 3, which, by the way, Rui Hachimura had what, 20 points again?
He played
No way he
unbelievable.
does it 3 times, even though I
He
said
played
it
unbelievable.
time.
So crazy game from him. How are we feeling about matchup wise? So Conchar got more time this game, obviously. He went 1 of 3 from the field, just 2 points, just 2 rebounds. But man, this is the first time looking at those numbers. That feels like Conchar had a way more impactful game than the numbers would say. Your boy Luke Kennard, Eric, had a way better game. What was he?
Still needs more attempts. Still.
Yes.
Yep.
I was screaming in the group chat, Dylan needs to get out of the game because he starts the game quick 0 of 2, a quick 0 of 2 from 3. And I said, get Dylan out of the game. This man has already shot us out of the playoff game in game 4 in Golden State last year. I am not going to sit around here and watch another game when Dylan Brooks shoots us out of the game. But I have to give Dylan the props, man. Like, he brought that energy defensively, racked up 5 quick fouls, which y'all are talking about the free throw disparity there. But man, a great game, great team win. Bane had a good first quarter, but other than that, it wasn't super impressive from Bane. 6 for 18 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. So not a great Bane game. And Tyus 0 of 5 from 3. So we were 11 of 36 as a team for hold from 3. What else do you guys see?
Well, those numbers are just going to go up for next game. Like, that's why I said it kind of earlier. It's only going to get better, at least on offense.
Yeah, I mean, everyone expected Tyus to be the story of tonight, and he wasn't. I mean, he didn't play bad.
He played good. He didn't play bad
wasn't
at all.
making a shot. He was still.
He just wasn't like offensively scoring.
Yeah. He didn't play bad. He played a solid game, floor general, did the right things. He just the shot wasn't falling, and we didn't need him. I think it's still going to be interesting how Santi Aldama fits in all this, because his minutes went down again tonight, and every time he was out there, I was anxious as could be, and it just didn't seem right. And he again tried another wacky little hook shot that got swatted out of the building. So I don't know. I think the Roddy experience was pretty good tonight. 3 for 7 from 3, 9 points, a rebound. He was scrapping on the floor. So I think he might be getting a minutes increase. But looking at the box score, it's just kind of crazy that Jaren and Bane both with 18 and 17 wasn't crazy. It was the supporting cast. And, you know, that's just a testament of the fight and depth of this team, and that they were not going to lose tonight, no matter what.
Man, it was Tillman leading the way with 22 points. Absolutely crazy. But what I think is maybe even the bigger story is the defense and the adjustments that we made. We went from letting up, 128 points in game 1? Is that right? 120 something in game 1. And we hold the Lakers to 93 here in game 2 tonight. What did you guys see defensively?
Pete said that's the first time the Lakers have scored under 100 in like 40 something games. So pretty impressive effort on defense.
I thought the defense was really good. I will caution it a little bit to say I didn't think the Lakers were as like assertive and aggressive at times, especially the first half, at trying to run actions and try to like run their offense as much as possible. But I still think that we did an unbelievable job, especially on AD. LeBron got loose a little bit towards the end on some. There was a couple possessions where we just gave up a wide open layup, which I wonder if we can make sure that never happens again. But other than that, I thought we did a really good job. Dylan held his own against LeBron, getting in his face, clapping and smiling, his menace activities. Couple times like Jaren helping over was good. But yeah, overall it was a good defensive performance. I won't say it's great just because, I didn't think the Lakers were as engaged, but I do think, it was really promising, and hopefully we'll be able to, pick up some things and carry it over to the rest of the series.
One thing I wanted to say was like on the defensive boards, like great effort, like all around. Everybody was going in there making it like a priority to not let any second chance points up. And there were some, but like you can't stop it completely.
One thing that I thought really stood out to me that are enough for me to write down is I was really scared when I think it was like late second quarter, like second half of that second quarter. We had the Tyus, John Conchar, Dylan Brooks, Santee, and Xavier Tillman lineup. Dude, I was nervous. I was so nervous when that lineup was on the court. I was like, where's the offense going to come from?
It was
Tyus?
bad.
I mean, Tyus is great, but like you don't want Dylan taking shots. You don't want Jitty taking shots. Santee looks like a deer in headlights. I mean, Tillman had a great game, but I thought it was huge. I thought it was a massive, massive win when that lineup that I just named held down the fort. And I mean, maybe they had like, I don't know, maybe they just like kept the same score or your same point differential until like Bane came back in. But I thought that was huge that lineup held against the Lakers starters. Like it was AD, LeBron, a couple of other starters that were in. So I thought that was huge.
Yep.
And then the other thing that concerned me a little bit, dude, as Chris Vernon says, Luke Kennard was getting bum hunted. They were looking for that Luke Kennard and Rui Hachimura matchup every single time down the floor, enough to where like Kennard had to start fronting Rui Hachimura. Like that happened several times.
Yeah.
He's like, he's got to get more attempts. Like, if that's what it's going to be, then you got to find Kennard because he's making, it's proven like when he gets the attempts, he makes them at a high clip. So give him the attempts.
Yeah, that's the matchup that the Lakers were clearly hunting. I thought whenever Kennard was on D'Angelo Russell, he was really aggressive and held his own defensively. And then there's a couple times where Kennard like forced a steal, or he forced like there was a play where D'Lo was driving and he knocked it out and hit off his knee. And so on that matchup, he was holding his own. But yeah, whenever it's Rui, you could just tell that Rui's backing down and is about to go baseline. And Kennard, I mean, in that situation, yeah, he's at a disadvantage. We're gonna have to find a way to send another help defender, but that's leaving like a Malik Beasley open or someone else. But that's definitely the matchup that we're gonna have to look at and see how we can avoid that at all cost. But on offense, we still need to get Kennard more attempts, more involved. It works. It spreads the offense out. It forces the defense to make quick decisions. And whenever they collapse on quick Kennard in the corner, someone's cutting and someone's wide open. But if they leave him out there, he's making it every time. But whenever we just have him out there and not involved in the offense and not touching it, that's when things start to get stagnant and we throw up a late shot clock, prayer. So Kennard was better, but we still need to utilize him more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually completely agree with you, Eric. Like, I think going into this series, like people were saying, like big storyline is like Kennard's great on offense, but I don't know if he's playable because he's going to be able to guard. And I think he's done a pretty admirable job in most situations. Hashimura might be a little tough because of just a size matchup standpoint, but I think he's given a lot, at the very least, a lot of effort and like tried his absolute best on defense.
Yep.
And in my eyes, that's like completely worth it for his shooting on offense. So I'm not worried about that for game 3.
Yeah, great win for the Grizzlies, man. Like, and a lot of reasons, a lot of opportunities for this game to go the other way for the Grizzlies. I thought, with the whistles down the stretch. I will say I thought we were getting some pretty good whistles for us, like in the in like early fourth quarter. I thought we were getting some pretty favorable whistles. But couldn't find much offense outside of Bain, and Bain didn't have that great of a game. Jaren didn't have that great of a game. Like, that we really just had our Rui Hachimura game in the form of Xavier Tillman. So,
but Rui did it again.
You can't do it 3 times. That's just ridiculous.
I think he's just a good basketball player at this point. Like, I think it's still a little exaggerated how well he's playing, but I mean, he's got the 3 in his bag. He's got the step back mid-range fadeaway thing he hits all the time. It's like nuts.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're not really. I mean, LeBron definitely had a better game. He was kind of wheeling and dealing, especially like in that late third quarter, early fourth quarter. I thought he was really carving us up, especially like when he's getting the low post touch. I feel like I watched infinite that just the image of LeBron in the low post is just engraved in my mind. But a lot of the points, second leading scorer for the Lakers was Rui. So, yeah, game. And I'll add this. Ja a late scratch from this game, just an hour before tip. We got the news. No Ja. I think we were still confident because the ball moved better with Tyus out there, and it did. So, great game for the Grizzlies. Next game, game 3, back in LA. Series shifts to LA on Saturday. It's a late one, boys. 9 p.m. my time at least. So that's later for y'all too.
Yeah, it's like 10.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, hope y'all are ready. Two of them, 10 p.m. games for you guys, Saturday and Monday. So,
do we expect Ja to play? I think so, right?
Because he was questionable today, so that means like he's gonna be.
I do think some of that could have been a little smoke screenish.
Like, so they prepare for him and like.
I still think he'll be able to play by Saturday, but my feeling is like they knew the whole time he had no chance of playing today, but they just wanted to make it seem like it was running up all the way to the end. So that made the Lakers game plan for him, and then he didn't play. That's just my opinion, but.
Well, I thought there was times, especially like in that third quarter, beginning of the fourth, when we could have used Ja. Just like we couldn't find offense from anybody. When they were cutting that in the middle of that 17-3 run, I think is what it was, and we couldn't really buy a bucket. We could have used somebody like Ja at full strength. Unfortunately, we haven't seen him at full strength in a while, like we were talking about. But yeah. So game 3, Saturday, late one. We'll hope for the best, and yeah, great win. I think the team, and at least we feel better about where this series could be headed. So,
Well, I said Grizzly 5, so
that's true.
Look, it's just always it's such an uncomfortable position to be in when you lose game 1 on your home court.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of
And we're
nervous
always in
energy.
it.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember last AXCAST I brought up some of our history in game twos or like do or die situations, and it just proved that again that we just come out with a different force. And I don't know, it's so easy to get overreactions from one game, and now could potentially overreact to this game, saying, "Oh, they didn't have Ja and they still won by 10." But no, I think we just got to steal one in LA. I think it's very doable. I think no disrespect to the crypto.com arena, but it's definitely nothing in comparison to what the Lakers have to deal with when they come into the grindhouse. So, and we love playing on the road, and I know Dylan will be smack talking and Dez will probably be smack talking, and I think we'll hold up well, and just hopefully we got to steal a game.
We haven't played well on the road this year.
I was gonna say that too.
No, I mean the playoffs. Like in the playoffs historically, I don't think we've had a lot of trouble like on the road. Like I don't think the reason it's not like we get out there and just get intimidated and shrivel like a lot of teams can do in the playoffs on the road environment. I'm just saying like we usually embrace being on the road.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Last thing I just wanted to say is, really, I thought the reason that we were able to pull this game out is we just got back to what our identity was, points in the paint, rebounding. And how about this for you guys? Grizzlies won the rebounding battle tonight, 49-47. Grizzlies won the rebounding battle. I would have thought we would never win the rebounding battle, and we were just going to have to find other ways to do it. But the Grizzlies won the rebounding battle. Got some more fast break points. So yeah, great to see.
Great to see.
All right, I know we're keeping it short and sweet. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say?
No, I'm just curious to see what all the morning talk shows are going to draw up tomorrow morning. It's probably going to be the Ja Morant narrative that we're better without him, and probably going to try to put him down like they always do. But it'll be very funny just to see how they have to pivot and say after today, they're like, oh, it's a sweep. Grizzlies have no chance without Ja because they need Ja. And then once we win with Ja, it switches to, oh, the Grizzlies are better without Ja. And then it'll be funny.
Yeah.
I hate those shows so much.
It's so ridiculous.
I know.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet. Like I said, maybe potential game 3, post game or something. I don't know. We'll talk about what we're gonna do moving forward. But yeah, at least for now, this has been the AXCAST. Great catching up with you guys. Love doing these. Just like immediate reactions. It's been fun. Hopefully we get to do some more of them, and hopefully we get to be more in better spirits. So. Yeah.
Whoop that trick, baby.
Whoop that trick. How about when the crowd was chanting "whoop that trick" late in the fourth, man? That was sick.
Awesome.
But yeah, man. Great night in Memphis. Yeah, man. Signing off for now. This has been the AXCAST with Caleb, Luke, and Eric. See y'all later.